Not an easy one though, he had to make a lot of ground to get there. And a chase now by Doug Collins, the one coming in farthest. Nicol up in the air, Fletcher a header, and now here's Dobson. Martin Dobson.
The date line, August 26th, 1972. The place, Turf Moor, and the opponents were Aston Villa. Stay tuned at the end of this video and take a walk with us down memory lane.
Try his shots, and he's done it again. John Deary, would you believe? Excellent ball for Heath, a superb strike, a superb move. It is. Is it a goal? Yes, it is. Burnley have equalised. It was David Ayres.
Welcome back to part 2 of the highlights of the season. In part 1 we've already seen some excellent Burnley displays with performances that took the Clarets to as high as 3rd in the 2nd Division League table. Some exciting cup moments as well, with Burnley running Tottenham Hotspur so close in the League Cup. Plenty more action to follow then. We'll see more spectacular strikes from leading marksman David Ayres and some unorthodox wing play from Ted McMinn. More emphatic home victories and more painful memories on our travels. Our league review continues with a home game against Reading at Turf Moor.
Well, I mean, big days like this, I mean, it's not a bad situation to be in when you've got crowds like this and a big game like this, is it?
Yeah, we should get a good crowd today. Should be a good atmosphere in the game. It's going to be difficult though. They're a good side. We're probably the best side we've played this season. When we got bit away, although it was only 2-1, we've got quite well comfortably beaten. So we know it's going to be hard, and you look at the results, you know, they beat Port Vale away 4, so it's going to be difficult, but I fancy us against anybody at Turf, so looking forward to it.
It's a chance to pick you really to see how good you are. I mean, your results have been impressive, but when you meet sides like Reading, it's a real opportunity.
Yeah, I think there's only realistically 5 or 6 clubs in the division who we've got to respect with the merits of they've got a side as good as ours. The rest of them, I think if we play as well as we can, we should beat. And today's one of them occasions. We've got to match him for everything and hope that we come out on top in front of our own supporters.
It must be nice to know that your style of play, as much as a manner of victory, is also the thing that seems to be getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, I think so. I think the home form's been exceptional. It really has. You know, we played some football which really doesn't belong in the 3rd division if you look at it in the old system. So let's hope in front of the cameras we can do it again for you today.
But it was a day when the match official Terry Heilbron took the post-match headlines.
Getting in there, quite unusual blue and yellow hoops. Table toppers Reading. The Royals from Berkshire, or should I say from Berkshire, as this match is about to get underway. Referee Heilbron, one last look at that watch, and we're underway. So Clarets hoping to extend it to 4 consecutive wins, out smartly for Reading. The blonde-haired former Leedsman certainly looked impressive in his first 15 minutes. Well, fine bit of skill there. Fullback Humphrey with this throw-in. Quinn finds Parkinson for Reading. Jilts quickly in, must be a chance, as Mick Gooding stole in on that penalty spot, totally unmarked. Fine skills by Michael Jilts on that left flank. As Reading clear their lines. Chance spurned by Francis. Heath. Francis right on cue. Chance to make amends. Shot from over 20 yards. In fact, everyone up in that Reading half, including Thompson and Joyce. 10 men in that Reading half as they strive for that equaliser. Unfortunately for the Clarets, that smart Reading defence quickly out. 3 men offside. Perhaps Adrian Heath had 1 or 2 words to say about that offside. Perhaps 1 or few expletives said by a Burnley player, namely Adrian Heath. What will it be, a caution for the small number 9? Will it be the first caution this afternoon for a Burnley player? Adrian Heath looks like he's going into referee Hilbrand's notebook. Thompson remonstrating with referee Hilbrand. In fact, it's a second booking for a Burnley player. Unfortunately, it may be a second bookable offence for Adrian Heath. Maybe that referee Hilbrand sent Heath off. In fact, unfortunately for Burnley, I think that is what he's done. Well, David, there's almost a chance to make it 19 league and cup goals, should I say. Unfortunately, he won't get a chance to do that this afternoon as referee Hilbrand blows his whistle for full time. First league defeat in 10 home games here at Turf Moor this afternoon. 8 victories, 1 draw, and the first defeat against a very impressive Reading side. Table toppers Reading, certainly looking very impressive over the full 90 minutes, I think it's fair to say.
Well, it's disappointing to lose, but I think the manner of defeat must have been even more disappointing.
Yeah, we've had a lot of possession really, and they've defended well, to be fair, but obviously we're getting sent off and losing a home record, which we haven't been beaten against all season, is disappointing. Plus the fact, you know, add insult to injury a little bit, we go 11 points behind them, which is going to be difficult now.
When you knocked the ball into the net as almost an instinctive reaction, did you sort of think to yourself, oh God, Scott Taylor was booked for that in the first half?
I've played it to the keeper. You know, he's 6'6", isn't he, the goalkeeper? And somehow he's managed to let it go over his head if you watch it again. And I'm giving it him to get the game started. I haven't tried to score because I've probably missed the way things are going on today. And the referee's booked me for time wasting, which is quite strange considering we were losing at the time.
And what was the feelings in your mind? I mean, did you just feel like, God, I've let everyone down here? Or?
Well, a lot of things go through your mind, but it's just if that rule's been brought in to improve the game, it certainly hasn't improved the game today. And I don't know. Obviously, the referee today has done everything to the letter of the law, hasn't he? And at times, it was frustrating for everybody. But that's something that you have to carry on with.
As a player in a game like that, do you feel that somehow maybe the letter of the law is applied, but maybe the spirit is something that you have to take into consideration?
Well, yeah, I think so. There's been nothing wrong with the players on the pitch today. You know, I don't know how many's been booked and there's a couple sent off, and yet there's not been one crossover with any of the players on the pitch today. And you know, I think we've played something like 9 minutes over at the end of the game, which is strange. And you know, I can't understand for the life of me today when there's not been really a serious tackle. We've had maybe 5 or 6 booked and 2 sent off. But unfortunately, today's referee took everything to the letter of the law, and he's obviously doing what he thinks is right. That's his job. But I don't think it made for a spectacle of today's game.
What the manager said, I mean, to sort of alleviate the disappointment.
He's obviously disappointed as the players are. It's something we're going to have to come to terms with quite quickly. We've got a big game next Saturday against Port Vale, which is probably more important than it is today in light of today's result. So we're going to have to roll the sleeves up and forget about today and start off another little run.
Well, of course, it's a pleasure to have John Connolly, the former Claret and Manchester United player, with me. John, happy to be back down here at Turf Moor.
Oh, wonderful. And it's very nice to be on the hospital radio. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's hope we can have a very good entertaining game, plus a good victory.
This match is underway with Kevin Russell quickly into the action. Like a strip there by number 11, Mark Taylor. Getting a few ironic jeers from that Burnley long side. Joyce this kick for Burnley. Peel, good flick on, almost finding Francis. Marriott smartly out. Steve Davis went in. Looked like a kick on keeper Marriott. Little fracas in that Wrexham penalty area as that cross came in from Warren Joyce. Thought a chance initially for John Francis. Steve Davis came in. Sure, no intent. No malice intended there from Steve Davis. Over 600 between Tony and myself. I'm sure we'll find out as this second half progresses. It's Burnley 0, Wrexham 1. That goal by Steve Watkins separating the two sides. Wilson trying to mount an attack for Burnley. Infield ball finds Deary, name escaped me, apologies there. Francis, Joyce. Chance for Russell, must be a goal. An equaliser for Burnley. As Kevin Russell scores against his former club. It's joy for Kevin Russell as he stuns that Wrexham contingent to put Burnley back on level terms. A fine move by Burnley. John Deary involved as the ball came to Kevin Russell as he slammed home that equaliser for Burnley. Andrew Marriott, no chance with that fine strike from the Burnley number 10. Burnley 1, Wrexham 1. Let's hope they can get a winner during this second half. Wrexham, of course, down to 10 men. Corner quickly taken. Deary. Oh, superb strike by Steve Davis as that shot came out of the Wrexham area. Oh, a fine strike as the ball came to Steve Davis. A right-footed shot from all of 25 yards, whistling past Andrew Marriott in that Wrexham goal. Steve Davis' second league goal for the Clarets. Well, John, fine strike by Steve Davis into the corner of that Wrexham net. Half chance there from the Wrexham substitute. This game's certainly not over as Burnley have that 2-1 advantage. Burnley boys certainly must not be resting on their laurels as the Be-All-End loyal support away to my left. Hopefully are going on for a little festive cheer as Burnley lead by 2-1. That goal by Steve Davis, right on cue. Referee Jim Rushton. Applause from John Connolly. I think he's enjoyed this match here at Turf Moor as Burnley grabbed the 3 points. A fine match throughout the 90 minutes. As John said, certainly a tale of two halves. As Wrexham very impressive in that first 45 minutes. They got the lead on 17 minutes from Steve Watkins, giving them that 1-goal lead at half-time. But in the second half, that fine strike by Kevin Russell, bringing back Burnley on level terms. And again, as you saw, possibly the goal of the season down here at Turf Moor. That fine strike from all of 25 yards by Burnley's Steve Davis on 65 minutes, bringing home the points for Jimmy Mullen's men.
Obviously, from when I first came, there's been players come in and there's been players left as well, which is a natural progression if you're climbing up the leagues. If we go up, I'm sure there'll more than likely be more new faces coming in. So from that point of view, it's been a good progression since I've been here.
Do you feel that you and John Pender struck up a formidable central defensive partnership?
Yeah, definitely. It's right from the outset we've felt comfortable playing alongside each other. I think he's complemented the way I play, and I think I've complemented the way he plays. So it's been a good partnership.
Barnet being a draw, and we've not just missed chances, we should have stuffed them, and that's 3 points down the drain.
And the way you've been playing, you personally, it's the kind of time to sort of test your own abilities, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been quite pleased with performances, and the goals are a bonus, but I'm playing with a good side here, a lot of good players, so it's making it a bit easier for me.
It's the kind of day when Turf Moor can really make a big game even greater.
Yeah, we're expecting a big crowd today, and once they get behind us, you know, it gives you a big lift, so we're looking forward to it.
As Kevin Russell gets us underway. Blackpool, of course, in those famous tangerine shirts, wearing those black shorts and tangerine socks this afternoon. Early whistles, of course, for David Ayres, the former Blackpool man, signed pre-season for £90,000. Away by Briggs, Deary, Francis, chance to show those silky skills, the Burnley number 7. Crossing deep, tries to find Farrell, right up with his Burnley attack, backhanded by Farrell as it loops right over keeper Lee Martin. Well, I think a mistake by Lee Martin as that cross, that deep cross from John Francis came into Andy Farrell. Andy Farrell getting a header, a looping header, back over the outstretched Lee Martin into the far corner of that Blackpool net on 20 minutes. The midpoint of this first half gives Burnley that equaliser. Burnley 1, Blackpool 1, a goal by Andy Farrell. Cross again in short, trying to find Francis. Davis, Ayres. As Ayres tries to find, oh, a superb shot by Ayres, producing a superlative save by Lee Martin. Would have counted for nothing, but again, just 1 or 2 alarm bells in that Clarets defence, as Andy Watson showing a few fine skills, eventually miskicking that ball. But again, Tony, just 1 or 2 alarm bells in that Clarets defence.
That's right. I've just realised actually why Blackpool have raised the game today, because playing here at Turf Moor.
Just break off as Francis streaks into that penalty area. Must be a goal for Russell. Oh, a full superb save by Lee Martin. The goal by Kevin Russell on 52 minutes gives Burnley the lead. It's Burnley 2, Blackpool 1. As quickly out of defence, that ball releasing John Francis on this right flank under this commentary position as he streaked into that penalty area. Fine run by the Burnley number 7 as that cross came in to Kevin Russell. Right on that penalty spot. First time strike by the Rooster. Almost one-handed save by Lee Martin. Wasn't enough, unfortunately, for the Blackpool keeper as the ball nestled in the corner of that Blackpool net. It's Burnley 2, Blackpool 1. Kevin Russell giving Clarets that 1 goal advantage on 53 minutes. As again, Clarets come forward again. Fine defensive work there by Mike Davis, the Blackpool skipper, as his game livening up. So Andy Farrell stealing into that Blackpool penalty area, the goal scorer for Burnley today. Cancelling out that goal on 5 minutes by Dave Robinson. Russell, all superb. First time flick releasing Heath. Chances for the Clarets as Heath storms into the Burnley penalty area. Releases Francis. It's a simple chance for John Francis. Again a fine 3-man move by the Clarets. Fine control by Adrian Heath as he came into that penalty area. Unselfish play there by Inchy as he looked up, found John Francis in that Blackpool penalty area as that cross came in. John Francis on that 6-yard box from around 8 yards. Calmly, calm as you like, slides that ball into the Blackpool net. It's Burnley 3, Blackpool 1. Tries to reduce the arrears for Blackpool. Francis, can he make it 4 for Burnley? Heath in support, Russell screaming for the ball. Oh, fine ball for Heath, must be 4. Again, Lee Martin to the rescue for Blackpool. Certainly impressed your match commentator Mark Briggs this afternoon. Fine display by the Blackpool goalkeeper, saves the day again for the Seasiders. Deary. As that last piece of action by the former Blackpool man John Deary, as referee Edward Parker puts that whistle to his mouth. Fine entertaining match here at Turf Moor. A fine 3-1 victory for the Clarets. As Tony said, they got off to a rather rocky start, falling behind to that 5-minute strike by David Robinson on 5 minutes, giving Blackpool that 1-goal lead on the half hour, or should I say on 5 minutes, giving it a half-time score of Burnley 0, Blackpool 1. But Burnley coming out with all guns blazing. Well, apologies, Andy Farrell of course equalising for Burnley on 25 minutes. Half-time score Burnley 1, Blackpool 1, and Burnley coming out all guns blazing in that second half. A strike on 51 minutes by Kevin Russell, giving the Clarets that 2-1 lead. And again, John Francis on 56 minutes, giving Burnley a 2-goal advantage, restoring a 2-goal lead for Burnley. Festive cheer here at Turf Moor as Burnley men make it 6 points out of 6. Final score here at Turf Moor, Burnley 3, Blackpool 1.
And I think it's nice when you have got such a good home form. Obviously, the defence play their part in that. But on the other side of things, we've been pretty poor away from home. So hopefully we can improve on that next year.
You've got quite a repertoire of goals, 1 or 2 spectacular ones in the collection.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a 25-yarder like I got against Wrexham. They don't come along too often. So hopefully I can get a few more of those in my career and get a few tap-ins as well.
An opportune moment to get 1 or 2 words from Tony Lister.
Good afternoon, Mark. Well, the Burnley striker Adrian Heath said this week that the Clarets needed to forget that FA Cup defeat at Charlton and concentrate on this afternoon's game against Bradford City, of course. And he believes that the Clarets can still aim for that top 2 in the second division. And if Burnley win today, they could possibly be in that second spot by 4:45. And one thing that they will be looking for is to keep a clean sheet here at Turf Moor, as they haven't been able to do that in a league game since October the 2nd.
Well, Tony, the aerial power of Richards and Oliver looking like posing a few problems to Heath, looking like Francis in that central attacking role.
Yeah, Francis moving a little bit inside, because certainly it's pointless with the
just break off as City go into that penalty area as they take the lead through Paul Showler, the local man. Paul Showler, the former Barnet man, gives Bradford City the lead on 56 minutes. A goal for Bradford City. It's Burnley 0, Bradford City 1.
Yeah, the former Colne Dynamo's man. A welcome return to East Lancashire for him. Very poor defending though, and he got into good position there on the left and just lifted it over Beresford. So Bradford doing what they've been threatening earlier on in the match.
As Clarence strive to get on equal terms, corner kick to Burnley. 8 men in that penalty area. Punch by Bowling, still not cleared. Shot in by John Deary. Again, Bowling smartly down. Fine header by Ayres. Tries to find Heath. Well, it must be an equaliser for Burnley after attempted handball by Dean Richards. Now, what will referee Watson do? I think he's pointed to a goal kick. Sorry, their 4th away win of the season. Well, I thought the final whistle as those cheers. In fact, it was the final whistle by referee Watson. Final score, Burnley 0, Bradford City 1. A very efficient display by Bradford City, I think it has to be said, and quite an indifferent one by Burnley, particularly in the second half. Well, good afternoon and welcome to Turf Moor for this Division 2 fixture, Burnley versus Cambridge United. Burnley hoping to end a run of 3 successive defeats, which has seen manager Jimmy Mullen stirred into the transfer activity and has witnessed the side drop from 4th position to 6th, but perhaps more significantly is that the likes of Brentford and Hull City have joined the scramble for which presently looks like a 1 promotion spot. As Burnley stream out to defence, Burnley looking to get on, shall I say, a 1-goal advantage before half-time. Philliskirk, not on, trying to find Heath. Good work by the Burnley number 10. Chance for Randall, must be a goal. Fine goal by Adrian Randall as he totally unmarked. Thrown into that Burnley penalty area and as cool as you like. Striking a left-footed shot wide of John Filling's left hand. Small move by the Burnley boys. Goal on 36 minutes, giving Burnley the lead. Burnley 1, Cambridge United 0. Parkinson. Crossing finds Philliskirk, not on. Can't find Ayres. Still danger for Cambridge on the edge of that penalty area. Must be a chance for Ayres. Oh, spectacular save by John Filling from David Ayres. Finds Deary. Ball in short. Francis. Good retrieval by the Burnley number 7. He's got Philliskirk available. Good 1-2. Must be a goal. Oh, again. Francis. Penalty claims. Penalty to Burnley on 88 minutes as that ball came in. John Francis initially shot beaten down by keeper Fallon.
Right, I think John Francis should have scored the initial shot, but never mind. Ayres has now a chance to put the game beyond doubt.
As Ayres strides up and put the shot into the centre of that Cambridge net, sending Cambridge skipper, what should I say, Cambridge goalkeeper John Fallon the wrong way. That gives me a chance for Tony Lister for his overall impressions of this afternoon's match.
Well, Burnley really should have won by about 5 or 6 today. They've all got.
Sorry, Tony, just break off for Heath. Tries to make it 3. Oh, well, a tremendous piece of skill by Adrian Heath as he's stolen into that penalty area. Apologies there to Tony Lister. Burnley again come forward with Parkinson as finally the full-time whistle blows. Well, apologies, Tony. Chance to get a word in, really.
Yeah, I think they have a chance now with the game finishing. But Burnley, eventually at the end, getting those goals which made the scoreline a little bit more realistic. I think 1-0 it would have been a little bit unfair on the Burnley boys, and certainly 3-0 scoreline certainly doesn't flatter them. They could have had at least double that this afternoon.
Tremendous, really. I think it's important to note as well, he isn't just one of them who sort of goal hangs and stays up front. He does his fair share of graft, David does. He's up and down and he's not afraid of hard work, and he's got his rewards. He keeps getting in the box, and he's a tremendous finisher. You know, he comes in on that back post on his left foot and very rarely misses the target, so he's been tremendous, really.
Robinson gets the header, but only to Deary, who finds Philliskirk. He's got Francis on the right. Heath the flick on. It's Deary. And it's there. Burnley has scored. It's Huddersfield Town 0, Burnley 1. So 54 minutes gone. An incisive movement. And in fact, what has caused Town problems has been, in fact, the running from the centre of midfield. Jackson holds it well. Up comes Bullock. Town now playing a bit of football. Oh, the ball just flicking past Starbuck. Now it's Russell. It's Russell, surely a shoot from there. Well, there's a deflection of Hicks. Deary's goal for the Claret separates the two sides. Goal scored in the 54th minute. Bullock's header, and Denora gets that one to Rowe. Defenders in front of him. Rowe slides it across. It's a goal! And Denora, who has only been on for a minute or so. Denora gets the equaliser there in the 78th minute. One could say what a superb substitution by Neil Warnock. This is Rowe. Trevitt gets it across. Away from a penalty. So deep into injury time. The ball flicked across. It's away. And there goes the final whistle. So 0-0 at half time. Although there were chances in the first half, with a header from Starbuck on 40 minutes to best, the header just going over the top. And then on 54 minutes, Burnley through Deary opened the scoring, and so Burnley took the lead, and they controlled the game. But the turning point was when Anura came on, and within a minute he'd equalised, and that was on 78 minutes. Robinson went close on 90, and at the end, in deep into injury time, Burnley were pressing. It's been a hard-fought, tough local derby, just as we thought it would be. But the final score, Huddersfield Town 1, Burnley 1.
Fine piece of skill by Blake. Quite an appalling piece of skill by Damon Searle. As the ball clatters onto the top of this Burnley long side. Throw into the Clarets. Parkinson with his throw in for Burnley. Burnley 0, Cardiff City 0. Philliskirk can't find Deary. Thinks about the shot. Oh, well down by Mark Grew. As John Deary left-footed shot on the edge of that penalty area, low and to Grew's right. Well down by the City keeper as Burnley break. Chances for Heath. Again, Grew out well. Almost left it to Philliskirk. Almost a chance for Deary. Must be a chance for Philliskirk. As Tony Philliskirk scores his second goal for the Clarets. The ball bobbing along that 18-yard area as it came to Tony Philliskirk. A right-footed shot into the corner of that Cardiff City net. A little unlucky on Mark Grew's behalf. Really a free kick spurned there by Burnley as, again, Cardiff clear their lines with number 10, Nathan Blake, right back there with his City defence. Burnley 1, Cardiff City 0. A goal on 55 minutes by Tony Philliskirk separates these two sides. Let's hope they can get a second goal to calm things down. Certainly Cardiff looking quite impressive. As a chance for Ayres. Oh, a smart, well, a good save initially by Mark Grew. As John Francis, right on the edge of that goal area, prowling on the edge of that goal area for any scraps as he taps that ball home. Well, I was just saying 2 goals will calm things down. Well, John Francis has answered that question as he pounced on that half save by keeper Mark Grew. Tongue-tied a little. I think it was a pass back by Cardiff City skipper Jason Perry. Last piece of action as Burnley right back Gary Parkinson acknowledges the support of that tremendous Burnley alongside. Final score, Burnley 2, Cardiff City 0.
Of course, it's a good test. We've been playing good stuff here at Turf Moor, and it's, like I say, it's a good test of our ability today.
Their away record's quite impressive too, and so is your home. Something's got to give, really.
They've scored a lot of goals, I think, away from home, and as such, we've scored a lot of home goals. So it should be a good game.
They'll be hoping to put that very disappointing display in the capital. Ayres, snapshot there from all of 20 yards as Bournemouth clear. Parkinson, Heath, smart infield ball, finds Randall, looks up, looks for Phyllis Kirk. Well, would you believe, as the ball came over, evading Vince Bartram, it's David Ayres, as I said in my preview, looking for his 20th goal of the season, right on cue. Ayres and Chivers tussling on this left flank as Burnley strive for that second goal. Heath, good skills by Inchy there, but again, very timely challenge by Alex Watson. Looking quite impressive in these first 15 minutes as Burnley lead by that goal by David Ayres. Right on cue, Ayres. Chip in, chance for Phyllis Kirk, a goal by Tony Phyllis Kirk as that ball floated in by David Ayres. The Bournemouth defence, well, stood rigid across the penalty area as that David Ayres cross floated in. Tony Phyllis Kirk totally unmarked, nod on off the underside of that Bournemouth bar, gives Burnley a 2-goal lead, allowing this game to flow. John Key, very impressive. Man in the middle this afternoon, like a nudge by number 4 Morris on Phyllis Kirk as Clarets come forward. Crossing finds Heath, chance for Joyce as he salutes the cricket field stand. Warren Joyce, simple header into that Bournemouth net. Parkinson in acres of space, Francis available, elects to find Heath, looks up, smart play by Heath, finds Parkinson, Randall, Davis, tries a shot, deflection off Phyllis Kirk as that shot came in from Steve Davis. Quite unfortunate therefore Vince Bartram in that Bournemouth goal as that shot from the Burnley number 4 came in. Unfortunately for Vince Bartram, a deflection off Tony Phyllis Kirk. I'm not quite sure who will be credited with the goal, but Burnley have gone 4 goals to the good. Parkinson again finds Beersmore. Crossing short, maybe a chance for the Bournemouth boys to reduce the arrears. Aspinall looks up, good skills by the Bournemouth number 8. Will he have the last laugh as that shot is beaten down by Davis? 1 man up, Peel. Nathan Peel won't have chance to impress Jimmy Mullen as John Key puts that whistle to his mouth. A satisfying scoreline for Burnley this afternoon. It's Burnley 4, Bournemouth 0. Good afternoon and welcome to Turf Moor as Burnley Football Club set sail on the most important week of their season so far. Certainly they've been in stormy waters over the previous 7 days, those 2 defeats springing 1 or 2 leaks in that Clarets promotion ship. Stockport County the visitors today, followed by Brighton in midweek and fellow promotion hopefuls Bristol Rovers at Turf Moor in 7 days time will tell us whether Jimmy Mullen's Division 1 aspirations are on a steady course or whether they are drifting away into stormy seas. Francis. Possibly a last chance for Clarets as Francis homes in on that county goal. McMinn, low cross, Francis. Again, good defensive work that time by Dean Emerson. As that great low cross from McMinn, almost finding John Francis. Cries a foul there from Stockport. Pender. Chance for Ayres as he strengthens that penalty area. Chance for Francis to make it 2-1. Must be a goal for Heath. Melee in the centre of that Stockport County defence. 2 minutes of injury time play as again Winter looks at his watch. Surely a last chance for Burnley. Beresford will want to pump this ball long into that county half. Unfortunately he won't have time as referee Winter puts that whistle to his mouth. An entertaining match over the 90 minutes. Burnley 1, Stockport County 1. Heath. Well, just thought a chance, half chance there for Adrian Heath. And again, Billy Clark looking very reliable, very solid in the centre of that Bristol Rovers central defence as Clarets have a corner, their third in this first half, to be taken by McMinn. 5 men in that penalty area. Ayres up well for Clarets, not on by Randall. Pender, chance for Philliskirk, a goal on, I think, just on the half hour by Tony Philliskirk. I think that may be his 100th league goal. A little sloppy in the centre of that Bristol Rovers defence as that cross came in. I think it was a nudge or a pass by John Pender as eventually Tony Philliskirk from around 6 yards slotted that ball home to the right of keeper Brian Parkin. It's Burnley 1, Bristol Rovers 0. Davis, Pender, Philliskirk. As again, Burnley have a corner off the head of number 6 Ian Wright. All going a little quiet here at Turf Moor. I'm sure they're quite satisfied with that 1-goal advantage as this cross from McMinn comes in. Well, a goal by Adrian Heath. Well, Disaster in the centre of that Bristol Rovers defence. Philliskirk and Clark challenging. Clark coming off the better, finding Sterling. Not getting the better of Wilson as again to the rescue for the Clarets. As Rovers break, Waddock, fine first touch, presented this opportunity to number 10, Paul Hardiman. Fine three-man move by Bristol Rovers as they pull a goal back through number 10, Paul Hardiman on 65 minutes. It's Burnley 2, Bristol Rovers 1. A slick three-man move from centre field as Parkinson kicks long into that Burnley half. Way by Wilson. Back in by Clark. As again, Burnley clear their lines. Randall in acres of space. 2 against 2. Francis available. Randall, chance for the Burnley number 6. Almost a deflection. McMinn, chance for a goal. Chance for a great strike by Ted McMinn into the roof of that Bristol Rovers net. Right on full time. Gives Burnley a 3-1 advantage. I make it in the 89th minute. Ted McMinn, as the ball came over, Ted McMinn smashes that ball into the roof of that Bristol Rovers net, making it Burnley 3, Bristol Rovers 1. Burnley now out of sight of Bristol Rovers, acknowledges the cheers of that Burnley longside supports right on full time. Oxford kicks into that Bristol Rovers half. Ayres, as referee Lupton looks at that watch, full time here at Turf Moor. Burnley 3, Bristol Rovers 1.
We've just not been able to do it away from home, and we've had to do the business here at Turf.
Sometimes you have a look around the dressing room and you say to yourself, is this a different scene to the one we've got away from home, don't you?
Yeah, we say that to ourselves. We get on the bus after the game and we just sit there and look at each other and think, what's gone wrong again, and we can't put a finger on it.
I mean, there's been times here when you've looked certainties to go up, and then literally you've gone away 3 or 4 days later and it's been a different story.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of away games we've been a goal up, and we've come out in the second half, and we've let ourselves down many a times, and it's cost us probably automatic promotion.
What's the manager said to you about that situation?
Well, you couldn't repeat what he says. I mean, we locked in for 45 minutes after the game Saturday, and he's more disappointed than us, and it's up to him to get our backs up again.
And obviously it puts even more importance on your home games, even more pressure in many respects.
Yeah, we've said that the last couple of games. It's fight like we win the games here at Turf Moor, and as you say, with the away form not so good, we've got to do the business here.
Is it maybe playing in front of big crowds that perhaps lift you more than when you go away from home?
Not really, no, because when we go away from home, we've got more Leicester playing at home. We take thousands away from home, and we get just as much cheer and that behind, for the lads, and as we do here at Turf Moor.
So there's no one reason you can put your finger on, maybe?
No, as I say, I couldn't answer you, for the reason why we're so poor away from home.
What about yourself personally? It's been a particularly good season for yourself. Have you been able to take consolation from that?
Well, I've been happy with the 22 goals so far, but I don't care if I don't score another goal as long as we go straight up.
At the start of the season, very much favourites Burnley. You have a look at the difference between the home and the away record, and home form is definitely promotion stuff and away form isn't.
Yeah, you just look at the record at home. I think we've got the best record at home in the Football League, and you look at the away record, it's equivalent to any of the bottom 5 teams, so it's something that we've needed to improve on, and we haven't.
And in fact your last away victory was against the side tonight. That must be an incentive in itself to know you have had the upper hand.
Yeah, it might be because I missed that game. I was ill at the time, so I'm getting an injection on my foot before the game, so hopefully I'll be fit for that, so hopefully I'll be playing.
What is the problem with your foot?
I've got a bit of a knock on my big toe, so it's my left foot, so if I can't kick with my left foot, I am struggling.
Once more we'll see Burnley in that customary right to left, attacking that beehole end of the ground. Let's hope it's 3 points in the bag, as Tony said tonight, getting them back into that playoff spot. Welcome return for Les Thompson in that left-back berth, replacing Paul Wilson. As I said, manager Jimmy Mullen having faith with the same team in that 4-1 defeat at Hartlepool. As Linton Brown gets us underway, Hull City in those yellow and black stripes, black shorts and yellow socks. Of course, Burnley in the famous claret and blue. Early touch for Dean Windass. 22 goals this season. In fact, he's had 3 hat-tricks. A few comments perhaps on the playoff positions.
Well, I think Reading, Plymouth and Stockport are virtually safe, at least for playoff. 2 of those 3 I think will get the automatic promotion, just break off.
That cross comes in as they take the lead. A superb goal as that cross came in, and it's skipper John Pender into the corner of that Hull City net. Almost caught with our pants down. Your commentary team, Messrs Briggs and Lister. As Randall, chance for Clarets. As again sterling work from the centre of that Hull City defence. Penalty. As he places that ball on the spot. Chance for a 2-goal cushion. As David Ayres, hands on hips, prepares to take this spot kick for Burnley. As he hits that shot into the top right-hand corner, sending Alan Fettis in the Hull City goal the wrong way. 5 City players in that Burnley box. This corner in short. Mistake by Beresford. Fortunately for Burnley, the ball is at the feet of John Francis. Tries to release Heath. Good persistence by Heath. Chance for Clarets as he looks up. Tries to find Randall. Forced wide, unfortunately for Clarets. Randall in field. So a great goal by David Ayres.
Yeah, good win by Burnley. Hard fought win. Hull City no pushovers, but Burnley's shown again that when they come down here at Turf Moor on their own pitch, they're quite a formidable opposition. And I think Steve Davis, Adrian Randall and John Deary have been my star men tonight for the Clarets.
Yes, certainly Deary and Randall very productive in the centre of midfield for Burnley tonight, and again Davis a rock in the centre of that Burnley defence. As Alan Dawson blows full time here at Turf Moor, making the final score here at Turf Moor. A good one for Jimmy Mullen's men. It's Burnley 3, Hull City 1.
As I said to you before the game, we're a completely different side when we come to Turf Moor. And as you've seen tonight, you know, we can really do the business. Like,
It wasn't perhaps the best of performances, but the result, again, is exactly what you need.
But that was the most important thing, the results. And, you know, a couple of the goals, you know, it was tidy moves. But as I say, it's pushed us in the promotion playoffs.
What about yourself? You seem to be scoring for fun at the moment.
Yeah, it was. I've got the penalty and managed to put that away, and it gives you a bit of a lift. And the second goal come along, and you know, I was really pleased with it.
The second goal, talking through that, I think a left foot special, that one.
Yeah, Adi Randall's done really well. He's gone down a byline. He's come back and he's looked up, and it was me and Philly at the edge of the box, and he's picked me out and managed to get a clean strike on it. That's gone in the corner of the net.
I remember you being part of a Blackpool side who didn't seem to be able to win away from home as well. Were there any similarities in no particular year?
Yeah, as you say, when we were at Bloomfield, we used to beat teams for fun, and when we went away on travels, we used to struggle, and we were part of the playoffs on 2 years on the bounce, and probably down to our away form, same this year.
In a funny sort of way, but at least you're doing it at home, you know what I mean? If you didn't do it at home either, they'd be even more desperate position.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the away form, it's relegation form, and as you say, if we haven't been doing it here at Turf Moor, we'd be in the bottom half of the table. Probably our away forms cost us automatic promotion, but hopefully the home form to the end of the season and a few points away from home, it can put us in the playoffs.
So it's Barnett to get us underway in those yellow and black stripes, black shorts, yellow socks. The referee for this afternoon's match, Ian Cruikshanks from Hartlepool, his second appearance here at Turf Moor this season. Tim Alexander challenging, almost a chance for Randall, must be a chance for Ayres. In step, chance for Philliskirk. That's a glorious strike by Tony Philliskirk, right into the bottom corner of that Barnett net. Marlon Beresford almost getting a little mixed up as Min. Glorious flick on finds Randall. Thompson in support. Locks up, finds Ayres. Les Thompson right up with his Burnley attack. Good play by Ayres. Philliskirk, chance to make it 2. Oh, a great finish by Tony Philliskirk. He certainly answered the critics on that Burnley long side as Tony Philliskirk bags a brace on 52 minutes. Gibson. Oh, great control there by McMinn. Thompson. Deary. Offside trap sprung. Chance for Ayres. Chance to make it 3. Ayres. Philliskirk. Hat-trick. Tony Philliskirk. Very unselfish by David Ayres. I thought he was going to blast that ball home for Burnley. As he looks up, finds Tony Philliskirk unmarked. Trying to be too flash. Not quite the skills of his elder brother Glenn, as Davies has it for Clarets. Ayres screaming for the ball as Davies tries a hopeful shot from over 25 yards. Chance for Heath. As poor old Gary Phillips can't keep that ball out. Adrian Heath at last on the scoreline for Clarets.
But Davies was lining that shot up. A cracking shot. The goalkeeper unfortunately not able to hold it, and Burnley really one away from going nap this afternoon now.
And we haven't seen that as yet at Turf Moor. Can they make it 5? McMinn toying with that Barnet defence. Chance for Randall infield, and a great header by David Ayres. A great 3-man move. It's 2 inside a minute. Gibson getting the booze, the villain. As finally referee Cruikshanks calls an end to proceedings here at Turf Moor, making a final score here at Turf Moor. Burnley 5, Barnet 0.
Well, the best and the most satisfying one was away to Blackpool. I mean, we needed the 3 points at our first away win for quite a long time, and you know, personally, like, it was great to score like in front of the Blackpool fans.
McFarlane signed from Portsmouth in 1992 as again we're in play. Almost danger for Clarets. In fact, Steve Torpey. In fact, it's number 5, Mark Harris. Nathan Peel presents an opportunity for McMinn. Cross in, chip in. Fine save by Freestone. Not quite sure whether that was a cross-com shot by the Tim man, or results in a corner kick as that cross-com chip, I think you'll see. Well, looking like a chip. Maybe a cross aim there for Warren Joyce. Or that will result in a corner kick for Clarets. As the Tin Man strolls over to take this corner kick for Clarets. In short, flick on. Well, a goal for Clarets. As that flick on presents Steve Davis with an equaliser on 60 minutes. As that corner came in, flick on finds Steve Davis, the head of the acting Burnley skipper, into the corner of that Swansea City net. Well, in fact, apologies there, as that shot comes in by the Burnley skipper Steve Davis into the corner of that Swansea City net. Burnley 1, Swansea City 1. Still have it with Thompson. McMinn. Again, that cross will sweep in. Maybe a chance for Parkinson. Just over that Swansea City bar. First time effort from the Burnley number 2. 3 points, of course, of vital importance this afternoon. As again, that corner in. Flick on. Oh, and a glaring opportunity missed from 2 yards, maybe 3 yards by David Ayres. Burnley 1, Swansea 1. As finally referee Brian Coddington from Sheffield puts that whistle to his mouth. 1 point, I'm sure, not enough for Jimmy Munn's men. Burnley 1, Swansea City 1. Manuel trying to get that central striker for us in action. Good work by Parkinson, away by Deary. Hopeful ball finds Francis, looked like a handball. Hilbron waves play on. Heath leaves it for Ayres. Could be a chance for Clarets. Chance for Ayres. Oh, a superb goal by David Ayres. A glorious bending curling shot in off that left hand upright as that ball came across from John Francis. Dummy by Adrian Heath, leaves the ball to David Ayres, who sidesteps that Brentford defender, looks up and curls a glorious shot in off that Brentford post on 19 minutes. It's Burnley 1, Brentford 0. David Ayres, 27th league goal, and I would say, Tony, one of his best. Great dummy by the Burnley number 9, and great skills by David Ayres as he sidestepped that Brentford defender. Curling shot. Well, what's it to be? That's Kevin Dearden came out. It's a red card for poor Kevin Dearden. Many interpretations of that law. I certainly don't agree with the sending off. Terry Heilbron certainly used to sending players off here at Turf Moor this season. Deary, Thompson. Almost a mistake there in that Brentford defence. It should be a chance for McMinn. It's the post. Oh, disaster. Certainly involved in that first goal, presenting that opportunity to David Ayres as we're in play again. Flick on, a goal for Brentford. Well, certainly questions to be asked, and that's Burnley defence as that second raid in as many minutes as McMinn prepares to take this corner kick for Clarets. Burnley 2, Brentford 1, striving for that third goal, and it was captain, of course, Jamie Bates, who almost made it 3-1. Flick on. Initially a great save there by Fernandez, but it's David Ayres.
They're playing in the Burnley reserve team all the time, but having said that, he'll of course be looking to establish himself in the Clarets first team.
Well, a melee in the centre of the Brentford penalty area, few fists flying, a challenge initially by John Pender on goalkeeper Tamer Fernandez. Tempest fraying, 4 men up for Clarets. He finds Ayres. Like a handball there by a Brentford defender. Well, certainly a few words out of turn. It's looking like a fourth booking this afternoon. Well, Tony informs me he's already been booked. It may be a red card. Gets that red card. As Tony said, first half booking means only one thing. McMinn, Lancashire force wide. Well, rather a rumbustious challenge there by, I think it was Barry Ashby, the Brentford goal scorer. Granger, mistake by Granger, presents an opportunity to Adrian Randall as he calmly slots the ball into the Brentford net. It's Burnley 4, Brentford 1. Randall, chance to make it 5, or like a penalty. Must be a goal for Ayres, must be a goal for Lancashire. And, well, I think Graham Lancashire has just overtaken David Ayres in the miss of the season stakes. A fine display at 90 minutes by Burnley Football Club this afternoon. Burnley 4, Brentford 1. As the Gladiators enter the field of play, it's good afternoon and welcome to Turf Moor Burnley for this playoff semi-final first leg, Burnley versus Plymouth Argyle. Clarets hopefully just 180 minutes away from the Twin Towers of Wembley as they strive for at least a 2-goal advantage to take to home park in 3 days' time. 4-2 back in October. I'm sure Mr Mullen will settle for a similar scoreline this afternoon. Well, Clarets will certainly have that massive support behind them to roar their heroes, let's hope, all the way to Wembley and into Division 1 next season. Burnley certainly in an uncustomary position attacking that cricket field stand in the first 45 minutes. Let's hope it's a good omen. Let's hope for at least a 2-goal advantage this afternoon to take down to that home park in Devon. So Tony, I think the first time for around 15-16 home matches I've seen Clarets attacking that cricket field stand.
That's right, but whichever way they attack, they'll be hoping for a similar scoreline than the one earlier in the season when they beat Plymouth by 4 goals to 2. So let's hope that the Clarets goal machine once again gets going here this afternoon.
I think Clarets in their 4-2-4 formation. Plymouth possibly a 4-3-3 formation as we're underway. Warren Joyce sets proceedings in motion as Burnley have the first attack. Francis, well away by Andy Comyn. Adrian Burrows up well in the centre of that Plymouth defence. Good work by Joyce. Ayres available. What can the Burnley number 11 do? Jinky run by Ayres. Cross in, chance. Almost a slip there by Alan Nichols, but the youngster gathers safely. Good work by Davies, away by Pender. Parkinson looks up. Francis available. Oh, like an unfair challenge by Keith Hill. Certainly saw a punch right under this commentary position. No book straight out from Mr. Cooper from Pontypridd. Let's hope it's not a red card. Certainly saw a punch thrown there by John Francis, Tony.
Yeah, unfortunately he's retaliated. I mean, he's been dragged back by his shirt, but he should really have left it at that, and he's thrown a punch. So I think a yellow card for each player there. A bit of an unfortunate incident, but Plymouth are certainly not giving the Burnley boys any time at all on the ball. There's a lot of hard tackles coming in from behind already.
And thankfully it is a yellow card. Waved away as Thompson comes clear, releases McMinn. 2 men up for Clarets, Ayres and Heath. Bad challenge, as you can see. Jimmy Mullen remonstrating with referee Cooper. Is this to be yellow? Is this to be red? Argyle players quickly over to the man in black. Already, I will think, earned his match referee fee this afternoon. As he gets a yellow card, I will think 1 or 2 words being said out of turn for manager Jimmy Mullen. Still words being exchanged, and I think in fact Jimmy Mullen's been booked, Tony.
Well, it's obviously sensed that the lad, I think it was Castle, that brought McMinn down with a clattering challenge, wasn't going for an early bath. Really, Peter Shilton's obviously given his lads orders to cut out the threat of his old Derby teammate McMinn, and he's already been fouled with a couple of really ghastly challenges.
Great ball by Thompson. Again, a nudge by the Burnley leading goal scorer. Again, just a little bit of argy-bargy over on that far side. Let's hope that tempers aren't fraying early in this match. We haven't had 20 minutes yet, and tempers fraying. 2 bookings already. Looks like the referee's notebook out for a third time. The challenge again by Comyn, quite impressive in these first 22 minutes. Chance for number 10, Dwight Marshall, must be a goal, as he misses an open goal. Perhaps more of a defensive outlook as they break with number 11. Oh, they've hit the post, Dalton. McMinn, chip in, tries to find Ayres. Good skills by Ayres, but great save there by Alan Nichols. Ayres just that 1 man up. Well, cries of handball there. Referee Cooper being invaded by a posse of around half a dozen Plymouth shirts. As we have the first sending off. Second chance for Clarets, Deary. Chance for Heath, must be a goal. Infringement, I think. All to no avail. The Spender again out jumps the tall figure of Kevin Nugent as we drift towards full time. Lancashire and Heath up front as Burnley come forward. Again, good work by Hill. Pender and Nugent again tussling. Kevin Nugent around 2 yards offside as the whistles get louder and louder. A crescendo of noise reverberates around this Turf Moor Stadium as we drift towards full time. Burnley 0, Plymouth Argyle 0, a 0-0 scoreline. I will think no good for Jimmy Mullen's men. A very satisfying one for Peter Shilton's men as referee Cooper blows for full time. Fingers crossed for Wednesday night's final score. It's Burnley 0, Plymouth Argyle 0.
Referee Terry Holbrook then gets this game underway. Burnley attacking the goal away to our left. Plymouth Argyle in their new strip of green and black stripes, immediately getting on the attack. And this is Dwight Marshall trying to make a run down that left-hand side. That's Dalton and McCall together. And once it might be Dalton who'll swing the ball in towards Marshall, who gets a flick on, a chance for the shot now, and Dwight Marshall gives Argyle the lead. And the crowd here at Home Park goes absolutely wild. Pender coming a long way for that one. And going again. Oh, Heath knocking it forward. Francis getting away from Comin. Nichols has had to come off his line. John Francis! And Francis makes it 1-1. Well, he'd been threatening on a couple of occasions to get past that Argyle defence. Caught again, obviously the subject of some close attention. Francis again bringing the ball away, looking to get through that gap in the middle, and he might get the shot in here. And he does, and John Francis makes it 2-0. And what is the Argyle defence doing, you wonder? Two players marking him then. Somehow he manages to wriggle free of both Andy Comin and Keith Hill, creating a gap for himself and then slotting the ball past Nichols. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes, and suddenly this game is transformed. Francis going straight through the middle. Nichols is beaten. To play it short this time. He's trying to get the cross in, comes off Nathan Peel, and away by Andy Comin as the ball goes agonisingly across the goal line. Well, danger here. Joyce playing it wide for McMinn. Burnley suddenly have 3 players in the box. As McMinn looks for space to get the cross in, gets a shot in instead, comes off Nichols, and that surely is good night for Plymouth Argyle. Well, Warren Joyce delighted to score against his old club. It came off Nichols, Joyce was there, pounces on it, and Burnley are on their way to Wembley. Well, Burnley only brought around 1,500 of their fans down here. Much more were expected originally. Those who've come will have enjoyed the occasion, I'm sure. Beresford with the clearance. It's Nathan Peel with the flick on. And there is the final whistle, and it's Burnley who go through to Wembley. Disappointment for Peter Shilton and his team. A season which has promised so much here at Home Park ends in, well, near disaster. No doubt that Burnley deserved to win that game. 2 goals in the space of a minute from John Francis set them up for the victory. And it was a final goal from former Plymouth player Warren Joyce, which killed them off. Burnley it is then who will go to Wembley for the final of the 2nd Division promotion playoffs. Argyle have to contemplate another season in Division 2. The final score then here at Home Park: Plymouth Argyle 1, Burnley 3.
I didn't go along with the fact that it was a mental block. I certainly think that if we'd have probably worked as hard and have been as mentally strong and as physically strong as we were at Plymouth when we needed to get an away result, majority of the time we'd have won a lot more than we did. Now whether that's the thing coming down on the players and maybe a bad point to look at the players, well, so be it. But in general I thought that we certainly didn't play with as much confidence away from home as we did at home, which I thought was the biggest difference.
You know, obviously automatic promotion was obviously what we were really wanting to do, but you know, we've got an opportunity where we can still achieve something which will make it an even better season.
I went through the similar thing at Bristol City. We like to play football. We like to play with 2 wide men, and sometimes when you play with 2 wide men, it's good wide men, you suffer a little bit when the ball breaks down. And we suffered not from their attacking, from our attacking. 9 times out of 10 we'd been on the attack when we got caught the other way. And it took us a long time, and we tried to. You don't want to take people out the side to good players, but then we started to study, thinking, well, we've got to play a little bit deeper, and we started dropping people back in the middle of the park a little bit deeper, and had probably 5 across the middle at times, and it's worked for us. You know, we've got good results away from home from doing it, and if we'd have started that way first start of the season, who knows, we might have gone straight up.
Well, I've only been once before, and that was to be as a supporter of Sunderland Football Club back in 1973, and I don't have many memories from that particular day because it was such a long time ago. But the fact that the game is at Wembley and it is a big game for both clubs, then obviously, you know, to see as many supporters as we're going to have there is going to be a tremendous experience. And
She's still special, isn't she?
Yeah, it's great. Absolutely fabulous. Yeah, it's no different than it is when you're playing an FA Cup final. Probably even better with the support you've got, because normally when you're playing a cup final, you've probably only got 20,000 in here. But we're going to have upwards of 30,000, and they're going to make a tremendous amount of noise, great reception, and I'm looking forward to it, and I just hope that we can give them something nice to go back with.
Still get the old butterflies?
Yeah, you can't help but it's a fantastic place, isn't it? I'm just saying to the lads there, I think it's no matter how many times you've come, it's still special.
A crescendo of noise as the Gladiators enter this Wembley Stadium for this Ensley League playoff final. 12 points separated these two teams at the end of the season, and all that now counts for nothing as they face each other on equal terms to see who is to play Ensley League Division 1 football next season. That great second leg performance against Plymouth, ensuring Clarets a Wembley place, and Stockport, that late Chris Beaumont strike at Edgeley Park, giving County the opportunity to hopefully end their Wembley hoodoo. Both got a leg on that as Stockport have their first corner on 4 minutes. It's Burnley 0, Stockport County 0. In fact, it's a direct free kick to the men from Cheshire. Burnley will have to organise rather quickly as we have 5 players in that. In fact, a goal on 4 minutes to Stockport take the lead. That free kick in shorts. Great work by McMinn as they come forward again. Rash challenge. In fact, I may have seen a kick there on Ted McMinn. What's it to be? David Ellery right on the spot. Certainly a fracas over on that far touch line. Certainly saw a kick aim there at Ted McMinn. Question is, did David Ellery see it, Tony?
That's right, I saw it as McMinn went down, the Stockport player kicked McMinn in the face, and it's got to be a red card if the referee saw it. Unfortunately, two of the Burnley lads just retaliated slightly, but really the referee's got to take action here.
Well, certainly everything happening in these first 15 minutes as that red card is raised aloft. Stockport County down to 10 men.
Burnley just not really getting hold of the loose ball in the midfield at the moment.
Just break off. Ayres, jinking run on the edge of that penalty area. Has the chance gone? A great goal by David Ayres. A superb run right along the edge of that Stockport County penalty area. 2-3 men he evaded as a left-footed strike flashes past the right hand of John Keeley, as on the half hour that man David Ayres scoring his 20th league goal for Clarets. It's Burnley 1, Stockport County 1, a great equalising effort. Francis and Pender again tussling. Pender again the man to come off the best. Thompson, good defensive play by the Burnley number 3, wins an indirect free kick, quickly taken as Burnley stream forward, just that one man up. Warren Joyce. Well, another off the ball incident, certainly didn't see that as Burnley stream forward with Warren Joyce. Maybe a nudge. Cries of off, looking like big Kevin Francis the culprit. Well, what did the linesman see, Tony?
Well, I didn't see. I was following play up the other end of the field, and then I looked back.
Very unfair question, pal.
I looked back and saw that Thompson was down on the ground, so we're seeing what the referees decided.
It's red. Priest once more away by Thompson. 2 men up for Burnley, Heath and Ayres as they come forward with Joyce. Flick on by Ayres. Presents a choice for Joyce, must be 2. What will he do? Oh, a great shot, and he's missed it! Well, from this angle I thought that ball was sailing into the top right hand corner of that Stockport County net. Golden opportunity missed for Warren Joyce as that ball sails wide of that Stockport County left hand post. Davis sweeping ball finds Parkinson. Farrell right up with his Burnley attack. Deary chip in again, can't find maybe a chance for Parkinson, and it's in the net. It's glory for Gary Parkinson, a jig of delight as he vaults the fence. Burnley support going to raptures. It's Burnley 2, Stockport County 1. Oh, Burnley on their way to Ensley League Division 1. Who'd have thought it come January February as they slip to 7th position, but they're here in the playoff final. It's Burnley 2, Stockport County 1. As that sweeping ball can't find Francis. Davis is available. Davis going it alone. Is he going to cover himself in glory? Great work by Davis. Goes round Ward as he almost puts the Clarets 3-1 to the good. Great run by Steve Davis, evading 1, 2 and eventually 3 tackles as he attempted to go around keeper John Keeley to put that game right away from Stockport County. The score, as you have it, remains Burnley 2, Stockport County 1. Time drifting away from the men from South Manchester as that final whistle finally is blown by referee David Ellery. Well, just listen to that. It's joy for Burnley Football Club, joy for those tremendous Burnley supporters behind that Stockport County goal. I don't think the Stockport County players can quite believe it. Jimmy Mullen on the pitch. A sea of delight around this Wembley Stadium. What a moment for Jimmy Mullen and his Burnley boys.
Oh, it's absolutely tremendous just to see John Pender going up the steps there to receive the playoff trophy. You feel sorry for Stockport once again losing out, but what a brilliant way to end the season, and all those thousands and thousands of Burnley fans. It's going to be a very sweet ride home with the motor tonight for the Burnley supporters. Really a tremendous afternoon.
As John Pender shakes hands with the Football Association dignitaries, it's sweet for John Pender as he gets his hands on that Ainsley League playoff final trophy as he raises it aloft to acknowledge that magnificent Burnley support. Flags and banners flying.
Lovely day, memorable day. Couldn't say much more. It's been a fantastic day. Forget the sendings off, them happen. If you want to put it about like they did do, and they played the just rewards really. And at the end of the day, I'm just delighted for all these people who've come. We've put a good show on, and even though we went 1 down, we got it back. And I think we'd have won even if they had 11 men. I really do.
Jim, you've got to look back at your managerial career at Turf Moor with tremendous satisfaction. You've taken the club from the old Division 4 to Division 2, and now to Division 1.
Well, we're halfway down the road to what we're trying to do, and we've been knocked a lot by a lot of people, by people who really don't know what it's all about, and I have had to face that, and I've had to put up with that, and as far as I'm concerned, that we've achieved something what we set out to do, and as I said before, let's maybe we can go into better things from here.
After Burnley were relegated in 1971, following 24 years in the top flight, 1971-72 had been a season of consolidation in the second division. The Clarets had flattered to deceive at times, but in the main, performances had suggested that a quick return to join the elite was not yet on the cards. The reality was very different. After a slow start to 1972-73, with 2 draws, Burnley met Aston Villa, the early season pacemakers, at Turf Moor. Villa, with promotion aspirations themselves, had no answer to the Clarets' exciting football and explosive shooting, and were simply overpowered. Sit back and enjoy these magical moments again now, as Doug Collins crashes in the first goal on 2 minutes. And though Villa were soon level, watch for the fierce volley from Paul Fletcher and a towering header from skipper Martin Dobson, which put the Clarets 2 goals clear by half-time.
Thomas back to Leighton James with a good bit of space. First man up to him is Brian Tyler. Leighton James going well. He scored early in the game against Fulham. What can he do here? Here's Collins. It's a goal! What a brilliant start for Burnley. 2 minutes. Doug Collins. Well, what a way to go. Leighton James, who's scored in 2 minutes against Fulham last week, setting one up beautifully for Doug Collins there. Long one. That's meant for him. Up he goes. It's a good header. Hamilton. Beautifully worked. Chico Hamilton, his first goal in his first game of the season. And Andy Lockhead's header made it. Casper. Keith Newton. Fletcher, a great shot! What a fantastic shot from Fletcher! A goal from nowhere, but a goal that will be appreciated at any level of football, and Fletcher's first goal of the season. Here it is again. Played away from the free kick, and Fletcher hit it really hard. With the 2 big men from the defence up there, Waldron and Thompson. Dave Thomas trying to get it over. And it's Dobson! Martin Dobson with the 3rd goal, and after he'd hardly recovered from that terrible knock. Graydon trying to turn. He does so, but not much trouble for Stevenson. And after 4 minutes of injury time, and a first half packed with excitement and 4 goals, and we've got Burnley in the lead after 45 minutes by 3 goals to 1.
But the goal of the match came late in the second half. A long kick from goalkeeper Alan Stevenson was nodded forward by Paul Fletcher to Frank Casper, and Casper, from just inside the box, hammers the ball across Jimmy Coombs and into the far corner of the net. A superb strike, one of the goals of the season. No wonder there were smiles all round in the Burnley camp, suddenly evidence that they were on their way back to the big time.
So a big long kick away to Casper, and this is the way to take them. Content to let it run out, because we're clearly into injury time now. The points just as clearly belong to Burnley. And there indeed is the whistle from referee Harold Williams, a roar of approval from this Turf Moor crowd.
And no wonder, what a great game it was. The Clarets remained unbeaten in the league until mid-November. In fact, they were defeated only 4 times during the entire season, clinching promotion in April, pipping Queen's Park Rangers to the Championship by a single point when they drew at Preston on the last day of the campaign. Burnley that year got back where they belong, among the big boys of the First Division.
The final score then, Burnley 4, Aston Villa 1.